And now I'd like to introduce owner of All About Marketing Solutions, Cheryl Thode.
Thank you, Danica. Welcome everyone, and thank you for attending the webinar today. My name is Cheryl Thode. My company is All About Marketing Solutions. We specialize in driving traffic to your business using online tools like blogs, email, and social media. Let's connect by Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, or email. I have the privilege and honor of being an authorized local expert for one of the leading online marketing companies, Constant Contact. It's best known for its email marketing tools. However, you can send professional messages targeted to specific groups like newsletters and announcements or automated drip campaigns. You can promote special offers, build online surveys and polls to gather feedback, manage your events using registration tools, send invitations, and accept payments all in one place. This is all built on top of a really good contact database, so you can import your contacts currently stored in spreadsheets, Outlook, Gmail, Yahoo, or maybe it's a shoebox full of business cards, so that you can take all of your people and marketing campaigns together in one spot. It's business friendly with no contracts to sign. The price is based on the number of active contacts you store. Expect to pay $20 to $45 monthly. Time is money. You can go to the bank and get more money. You cannot go to the bank and get more time. Constant Contact conducted a survey of business owners and learned the estimated value of an hour extra added to your day equals about $273. Today, in the short time we have together, we'll explore ways you can save time with social media so that you can get back to managing your business. By now, most of you are aware that social media can have a large impact on your business. But there's a serious influx of information out there, plus an ever-increasing urgency to get things done better and faster. It can be overwhelming to stay up with what's happening in the world while also tending to your business. Wouldn't it be nice to end your day at 5 p.m. and spend time with friends and family and maybe start a hobby? In the next 30 minutes, we'll explore how to overcome your content challenges, how to find that content for social media. Next, we'll look at scheduling your social media posts, pins, tweets, and emails. Then how to respond when someone likes, comments, shares, retweets, or forwards your message. And finally, measuring your success by reviewing your results. We're going to start with curating content. Some of you may be wondering, what the heck is curated content? It's simply the act of sharing content written by someone else, providing you a wealth of great content. Always remember to give the author credit. Curating content is a common practice that you'll find all major brands using in their social media and email campaigns. It can really help you extend your reach and build your brand. The source of this statement for this definition comes from contentcurationmarketing.com, because I want to make sure we always give credit to the source. It's easy to give credit to the original author. Simply use words in your post like via or by with the author's Twitter handle, or maybe it's the @ with their Facebook. Just give reference back to the original author. There are many reasons why curated content should be part of your strategy. The first is the fact that there's just not enough hours in the day to create the amount of content you'll need for your social media presence. Let's say your business has a presence on Facebook and Twitter. Best practices say you should post on Facebook 1 to 2 times a day and tweet between 5 and 9 times a day. This means you're posting a minimum of 6 pieces of content a day. Let's be honest. Who has time to write 6 different pieces of content while running a business? Finding the time to write content on every topic related to your business is a big challenge. I probably don't have to tell you that. Curating content allows you to combine efforts to get a variety and volume of relevant, valuable content. Another advantage of curating content, it helps you connect with influencers in your field. One of the biggest advantages to social media is your ability to expand your network, to get outside your own customer circle. Especially on Twitter, you can establish relationships with people far and wide beyond where you normally would meet them. When you share someone else's message and give them credit by tagging them, they receive an email notification that you've mentioned them. And they'll probably look to see who you are and what you are sharing. If they like what they see, this can turn into a great relationship of content sharing for both parties, better known as "you scratch my back" theory. Relationship building should be one of the main reasons for using social media, and curating content is the key element to doing just that. Now you can see why curating content is so important, but the big idea is doing it can still seem a bit tedious. Finding time to post is one thing. Finding time throughout the day to search the internet for good content is another. That's where great tools come in handy. Let's explore a few that can be helpful. Google Alerts. They're fabulous. They can enable you to set up a keyword for just about anything. Try one for your name and see who's searching for you. Google will send you a daily email with a collection of articles that includes those keywords that you're alerting. Just go to google.com /alerts to set up your keywords and the email frequency that you'd like to receive. Start with setting up an alert for your business name. It's a great way to keep track of who's talking about your business online. Email newsletters are another great way to find content. Subscribe to the influencers in your industry. Even check out the competition and see what they're doing. You probably have a few different newsletters you are already subscribed to. If you find content that you find valuable, you can share it with your audience too. Just remember to give credit to the author. Don't forget your social media feeds. At any moment, there's tons of articles and ideas to be shared. If you find something that you think your audience will like, share it with them on their channel. The best part, retweeting or sharing your followers is a great way to increase the amount of content you're posting and can totally be part of those 6 to 9 posts a day that we talked about earlier. And that's the Google Alerts website that you'd want to go to, the URL, so that you can set up your alerts. And I encourage you to take that first step and take care of that one today. Another great resource, there are many great resources. Feedly, not on the slide, but one I will mention, is an RSS reader, meaning a really simple syndication reader that can help you save time and gather content for your social media posts. My favorite is Rock the Deadline. It can help you discover the latest news and trends in your industry. You can collaborate with a team, discuss which stories you want to use, and add them to the project. You can map out your strategy with an editorial calendar, which I highly recommend. You can integrate with your WordPress blog, your Twitter account, your Facebook page, your email marketing team. You can schedule and post, all inside Rock the Deadline. So check it out. That's the URL at the top, www.rockthedeadline.com. When you start there, start with a free researcher account and upgrade if you need to. Free is always a great way to start. We've talked about content curation, or where to find content and save you large amounts of time. Now we're going to look at social media management tools to help you organize your content and schedule your posts all in one place. If you're just getting started with social media, keep it simple. Choose one network to master and then slowly add in the other channels. This slide is an overview of the 6 networks, the top 6 networks, and who uses them and where to share them. I know, this is a very busy slide, and even this can feel overwhelming. When you have a moment, come back to the slide and look it over. But what I'm recommending is that you choose a network based on your audience and what you're going to be sharing. The largest network is Facebook with over 1.4 billion users. This is often the best place to start because your audience is likely to be here. If your business is focused on serving other businesses, LinkedIn could be your right network. Take your time, attend webinars like this, find local resources that can help and guide you. Again, my advice is select one network to get started, leverage that to the maximum before you tackle other networks and find yourself spread too thin. Using social media management tools to simplify and save time, you can schedule your social media campaigns, everything from Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Google+, all of them. You can respond, retweet, share social media posts all in one single dashboard. You can check in daily to stay on top of your social media inquiries, praises, and engagement. If you hire an agency or someone to create your social media content for you, you probably still need to manage the responses yourself to keep that personal flavor in it. Review your content, see what's working and what doesn't work. The analytics are really pretty easy to understand. Let's look at a few channels that would allow you to schedule, respond, and review your social media. Constant Contact is a great example of a social media management tool that can help you schedule and review the results. To respond, you will need to log into the social media network or use another service, which I'll recommend in just a moment. This works really well when you're getting started in managing one or two networks. Again, keep it simple. On this slide, you'll see a screenshot of a social share dashboard inside a Constant Contact account. You can schedule all your campaigns and then share them on Facebook, Twitter, or LinkedIn. And you can choose how many posts you want to share. You can schedule them in a series with different time zones and time frames. You can share the same message on all platforms or send a different message to each channel. Constant Contact has partnered with the Las Vegas Metro Chamber to offer its members a special discount. New subscribers will receive a bonus when they sign up. Check into the website at the Chamber under Benefits for more details. Hootsuite will manage your social media presence across all social networks. You can schedule, respond, and review from one dashboard. I'm not going to lie, Hootsuite sounds and looks a little bit overwhelming when you first get started. It's a very robust tool, and it might be for more of an intermediate user. But you can manage and connect with more than 35 popular networks and collaborate with your team members. Here's a little view of Hootsuite. You can build and engage with audiences, execute multiple campaigns, collaborate with your team, measure the performance of your social media, and you can add features as you need them. There's a free Hootsuite Start that you can take on and add premium services when you need to. Go to Hootsuite.com and take it for a test drive. So review. How do you review your social media and see if it's working? You want to check your analytics and see what's happening. When you review results, you're going to figure out what content is resonating with your audience. What are they liking, commenting, sharing, forwarding? You can see how many clicks each of your post tweets received and how well your engagement is growing. You can look at it in a graphical form and review your mentions over time. This will help you to see if one week was better than the last, if one post really made the mark and others didn't. You can also see if there were large amounts of mentions or retweets by looking at the peaks and valleys of your graph. You can go back and see where the peak came in, what time, what content, and create similar content and continue that engagement. The purpose of social media is to engage with your audience, to be social, and you're looking for that conversation, not a megaphone. And the best feature is the ability to see how many clicks each of your tweets received. This can help you determine the content your audience is actually consuming and what they're interested in. If you're not looking at this information, you are truly shooting in the dark. Know what content your audience is interested in and utilize that knowledge to continue sharing so that they will grow with you. Here's a good example. You can repeat content. Notice how the second most clicked tweet was a repeat of the fourth one. So they're both highlighted there in yellow. We're looking at number 2 and number 4. And the only thing that changed on those 2 tweets was the hashtag most popular. That's all that got added, and it was a repeat. Twitter is a fast-moving network, and those tweets are flying by so quickly that they get listed down at the bottom of their feed. So just changing the hashtag, just changing subject lines or headlines on any of your social channels can really make a difference. Notice these tweets were only 3 days apart, and that's okay because this person tweets 10 times per day. The frequency in which you post the same content is relevant to your own posting frequency. So make sure you're only repeating content if there's enough time in between those posts. If you use a tool like Rock the Deadline, you have only a couple places to go. Rock the Deadline to get all your content and post it out there. And then if you're just using Facebook and Twitter, you can jump into those sites, or you can jump into something like Hootsuite if you're comfortable with that tool. All right. I know that's a lot of information. It's going to take some time to process and let it sink in. Please review this webinar when you have time to come back over it again. Okay, in this last section, we're going to talk about how social media is supposed to be fun and casual. So overthinking it will just hurt your overall brand. You want to be personable, and it's hard to do that when you're thinking about every single word. So don't overthink it. When it involves your business, remember that social media is filled with a lot of noise. And even if you do it correctly, your message will be heard by some, but it will never be heard by all. And I underscore that. You will never get heard by everyone out there. So there are a few things to keep in mind. One Facebook post can take you 15 seconds to create, and that's okay. Sometimes simply asking your audience a question or sharing a photo you've taken can end up being your most engaging post. And an insider secret, images are far more valuable on Facebook and all your social channels than text alone. Also, video is far more valuable. One of the biggest advantages to being a small business owner is you can be authentic. You can be honest, be real. Don't just sell. Social media is supposed to be a conversation. Try to get that interaction of comments and shares going back and forth. Remember that most people are in a lighthearted mood when they're viewing social media. They're out there to connect with friends. So your posts need to be personable and fun to truly grab their attention. Think about how your friends speak on Facebook. Your brand should not be much different than when you're sitting down casually with your friends or customers. Remember that you are essentially interrupting your customer's Facebook feed with your brand. So your content needs to fit in and grab their attention. Here's a fun tip. One of my followers tweeted on Twitter, and I felt it was worth repeating. Your social media voice should be your voice after one glass of wine, but only one. But really, whether it's a glass of wine or just a deep breath, make sure you start your experience relaxed. It's supposed to be fun, so stop overthinking it. Here's an example showing 1 week of Facebook post. Each post should be thoughtful, interesting, and help you grow your relationship with your followers. Here's a quick example you could fill out. So maybe on Monday, you could post a motivation quote. Find an image online about your industry or related topic. You can go to Brainy famousequote.com and find fun quotes about different topics or search famous authors. This is a post that would hopefully stir some conversation and get the focus on likes, comments, and shares, which on Facebook should be your priority, to get likes, comments, and shares, because honestly, that's the only way you're going to show up in the news feed. By the next day, ask a question or share a tip. On Wednesday, try a fill-in-the-blank post. Thursday could be about your business. We're having a sale this weekend. Let fans know in advance and link to a coupon or to your website, a special offer. Everyone's winding down on Friday at the end of the week. Share something that's interesting and useful about your business that your fans will find fun. Maybe it's a fun fact. Following a rule of 80% of the time you're looking to receive likes, comments, and shares, and 20% of the time share about your business, about your sale, about your offer, so that way the balance stays comfortable for your readers. You did it. 1 week of social media posts ready to go. Pat yourself on the back and celebrate. Whatever you do, you want to make sure that you're having social media fun and it's successful. Remember, just like anything else, practice makes perfection. Don't start with expecting perfection. The more time you practice scheduling and finding curated content, the easier it will be for you. Craft social posts that relate to your audience and schedule your content at the right time by reviewing your results. For Facebook, your results live in the insights, and they will actually show you when people are interacting with you, which post had more interaction based on who it is, the time of day, and what day of the week it is. You can do this. So as a quick review, we explored how you can curate content from online sources, such as Google Alerts, email, social media feeds, and of course my favorite, Rock the Deadline. Remember to give credit to the source, to the author. Next, we looked at Constant Contact and Hootsuite for scheduling your posts. Responding is important. If you monitor just one channel like Facebook, it's easy to log into Facebook and respond. When you manage multiple social media networks, then Hootsuite's a great tool. And finally, checking your results. This is what turns your communication into marketing. Review who liked, commented, shared, opened, clicked, who showed an interest. See what you can be improving upon. Your next steps, we're going to take some questions and answers in just a moment. And I also want you to look at some resources that are available to you. If you visit my website, allaboutmarketingsolutions.com, you'll see some resources there for free training classes and local community events. If you would like to try any of our mentioned products there's some free resources on the web. Go also to the Las Vegas Metro Chamber to find resources there. A really great blog to get good content is the Constant Contact blog, and you can get to that at blogs.constantcontact.com. And that if you do go to the Metro Chamber website, you will see a form that you can sign up that looks like this. Just check the box that you're a Metro Chamber and fill that out, and we will respond and give you some help. So let's take some questions. Who's got questions for us?
Just want to remind everyone that they can ask questions by typing it into the chat box on the bottom left corner of the screen, or they can unmute their phone by pressing *7 on your line. I was just wondering, a quick question, are there any platforms on Hootsuite that aren't compatible? So what social media platforms can people use when they are going into Hootsuite?
All the major platforms are on Hootsuite, and they just keep adding them. So as new platforms tend to come out, Hootsuite still stays up with it. It's one of the more robust general platforms that you can totally trust. So if you're just getting started, I will give you that forewarning that it looks a bit overwhelming, because when you start putting multiple platforms in there, it definitely looks like a lot. So start with 1 or 2 platforms and then grow it from there.
It seems to be overwhelming, but like you say, you have to start a little bit at a time.
All of these can feel overwhelming. I think that's why social media feels overwhelming. You're busy running a business, you're managing all of the things that are going on, and then someone says, by the way, you need to have a social media presence to have more exposure and to have people find your business. A website alone won't be enough. And now you start adding all these extra responsibilities. You can do it. Take it slow, take a step at a time, and just start with Facebook. It's a great place. There's so many people already out there, and you can actually manage Facebook right from Facebook. You can schedule your posts inside Facebook, never having to leave Facebook. Remember to add images, add a video, make it interesting and make it fun for people. Get them to start commenting and sharing with you.
And then also, what are some of the analytic tools that a small business owner might use?
If you're starting with Facebook, I would encourage you to use the Facebook Analytics, because they're very easy to understand with the charts and graphs and that. Hootsuite has its tools. Each of the management tools you select have their own analytic tools. Other suggestions maybe? I would stick with the tools that you're monitoring and managing it with. And once again, I'm going to be like a broken record. If you start with 1, I would start with Facebook. And when you get enough likes in your Facebook business page, Facebook has 2 ways to be presented. You have a personal page where you meet your friends, and they come out and you can friend people. And you have a business page where people like what you're saying about your business. And that's where the analytics are. They're on the business page. They're not available for your personal page.
Just want to remind everyone, if you aren't asking questions now, Cheryl's information was at the beginning of this webinar, and you can always send us over your questions and we can forward them along to her. She can sit down with you and talk to you a little bit more about social media options for your business as well. So I think we're going to close up the webinar for today. I want to thank you all for joining us. Just to let you all know, we have 2 more Chamber University sessions this semester. Next week is the Affordable Care Act in 2016, and then the last week before Thanksgiving, before we go on winter break, November 20th, is going to be some HR solutions for 2016. So if that's something that you're interested in, you can just check out our events calendar on lovelychamber.com and register for those as well. Thank you again to Cheryl, and thank you to All About Marketing Solutions, and thank you all for joining us today. Have a good one.
Thank you. That went pretty smooth.